The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages, Heart Trust NTA, the Jamaica Observer, First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, and Future Services International. Meet the Innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Over the next several weeks, they'll be helping aspiring and struggling entrepreneurs to make more money. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of New Stone Limited. This successful entrepreneur is also the co-founder of KLE Group, owners and operators of Fiction Lounge and Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records. This week, they will be joined by guest innovator, Dr. Dennis Howard. Dr. Howard is a media, entertainment, and event consultant at the renowned company From Thought to Finish and Jamento Productions. He's also a lecturer at the University of West Indies.
Gary, Dennis, today we have a lady who is in entertainment. Her name is Princess Ellis. She needs help, she needs some direction, so let's take a look and see what we can do.
My name is Princess Ellis, CEO of Too Wild Entertainment. We do event planning, artist management, clothing, and consultation. We have been involved in planning and coordinating events such as Jordu Live, Plug and Play, which was recent. We've just started our own production, which is a gospel concert called The Power of Praise. And outside of that, I also manage Heather Brown Sugar Grant of RJR 94 FM. I started doing this because my father died a few years ago, and prior to his death, I was his caretaker. It was kind of my life for at least the last 3 years of his life, and afterwards I just had a lot of free time, and my way of dealing with this is I got into event planning, and having a lot to do, it keeps me sane, really. Back in high school, I started a singing group with my best friend and my cousin called Too Wild. The name was created by me, and I really liked the name from that time. Before she passed away, we decided that we were going to go in different directions career-wise, but we were all friends just the same. And she suddenly passed away from cancer. And I always knew I wanted to use Too Wild in something, so I just decided to make it about her memory as well, and the logo, which is a butterfly, is her favorite symbol.
I think it's remarkable what Princess is doing. I have been to many of her events. I've seen how she works. You know, I live next door to her now, so most of the times I'm over here, she's always doing something relating to her job. So I have a first-hand view of what she does, and I think it's remarkable what she's doing.
Good stuff. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very anxious to get into this one. You know, entertainment industry is something that can be very tricky, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So let's bring in Princess and hear what she has to say.
I'm about to go meet the Innovators right now. I'm really excited, very curious to see what they're going to say.
Princess, hi, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so you are from Too Wild Entertainment.
Yeah.
The first thing I have to do is to tell you about the name. Yeah. Because Too Wild, I expect to see somebody come in here with orange hair, blue hair, and you come in here look like you're really going to church, like a really nice, prim, proper. So there's a mismatch with that name. That name is, I can tell you right now, it's off. So wrong for your business.
I try to be very open with what it means, and if someone has a question, they can just ask and I'll explain it to them. I've had a lot of questions regarding the company when someone just hears the name, but then after I explain it, they understand.
Once you have to explain your name, you're in problems. I personally have dealt with that situation in the past, so I know what I have the experience that in that situation. So Too Wild, I think, is something that has to be tweaked.
What's the business model? Because I haven't figured out how do you make money? What really is your core business?
Right now, my core business would be Heather, the events that she MCs and the bookings that I'll get from that.
Okay, stop, hold on. You just said that you don't see yourself managing a lot of artists. You're doing that, but that's not where you see yourself. You don't see yourself taking on many more people. But then if most of the money is coming from the managing of talent, then why is it that you're focused on events when most of your money is coming from managing talent? Why don't you expand that part of the business?
Clearly, you're suffering from identity issue. While diversity, especially in this market, is good because you have to have a lot of skills to survive, but you have listed a lot of areas and there's some confusion as to what is your core business. So you need to focus on what we call the pot boilers and concentrate on those skills that people will identify you as a competent person in.
That's a great point. Let me ask you a question. What do you love most? Is there something out of your portfolio now that you really would like to see your business go in that direction?
Well, both of the things, event planning and artist management. Those are the two
What
areas.
kind of resources you have in the business now?
I have a lot of contacts in the business and persons that I've worked with, artists, like everyone in the entertainment industry should know me and know my company because I've worked with most of them.
When you say work with you mean on the event planning side?
No, like for example, when I did Plug and Play or Jordu Live, I worked with a lot of artists who were booked for the event, but a lot goes into planning and executing, so we had to do a lot of communication, and they saw how the events were executed and they really liked it. So from that, persons have contacted me. Artists like Hezron, Sensi Love, I've worked with them outside of doing the initial event that I did where I worked with them.
Coming up on The Innovators.
If you're going to be an event planner, do I want Too Wild planning my wedding or my graduation or party or my funeral or my family's funeral?
Yeah.
Plan, plan, plan. I can't emphasize it enough. Poor planning leads to poor execution. I've probably said it a million times this season. At the end of the day, how you plan is not necessarily going to be exactly what happens at the end of it all, but it's your roadmap, it's a guide. And you continuously, a planning exercise, not something you do once and forget about it. It's an iterative process. It's something that happens as you go, and that plan evolves, and the execution follows that plan. And I guarantee you, if you follow that, you will have good results.
The only problem that I think is hindering Princess from really getting to the stage that she needs to be is capital. It just now work because she don't have no money.
Because I don't have the capital as well right now to do a full promotion and advertisements for my company. You find that promotion is really just on Facebook or word of mouth or events that I have done.
Too many entrepreneurs believe that money is their biggest issue. That's not the case, Money is usually not the biggest issue you have, believe it or not. It's going to sound like blasphemy to a lot of people, but the truth is money is not the main problem. As a matter of fact, you right now have a lot of strategic advantages that you're not leveraging. You have to leverage some of those. I mean, your contacts, if you have this huge database and you have these relationships that you have built with many established artists, that counts, that has value. Absolutely. So I think we have enough. And I think what we're going to do now is to have a discussion and see how best we can help you achieve your goals. But you have to have an open mind, because it cannot be business as usual. There's no way that you're going to achieve the level of success that you want doing the same thing. All right, so give us a little while.
But guys, let me tell you, entertainment industry is extremely dynamic, and I think that Princess is suffering from a lot of what people suffer from in this space, because she's getting all pulled all over the place. She's not able to articulate to me what her business model is, and I have a huge problem with that.
In presenting herself, she has to focus, to be more focused, and concentrate on some core skills, our core services to survive.
I really think she has to focus on this artist management, talent management, personality management. I think that's a strength for her, and if it's one of the areas that she's making a lot of money from, I really think she needs to give that some emphasis. Right now, it just seems as if she's doing it, she's doing it almost without any direction.
You mentioned the name. You can't have too wild planning your funeral.
Right.
Too wild is a bit restrictive.
Right.
No, I like creativity, and in the entertainment space, I'll never tell anybody they can't do something, because it allows for that type of creativity. But if you're going to be an event planner, do I want too wild planning my wedding, or my graduation, or party, or my funeral, or my family's funeral?
All right, so I think we have enough. We have a plan for her, so let's bring her back in.
Princess, welcome back. So listen, the big issue that we have here is that you have trouble articulating what your business really is. I'm not getting clearly from you exactly what it is you do, how you do it, why we use you as opposed to somebody else. And in business, regardless of what industry you're in, you need to have a clear understanding of what it is you're doing to be able to sell that.
So we segue into what I want to suggest to you, which is the name. You have to tweak your name. It is great to use the name that you currently have in some instances, but it is not a name that will sell your company with some of the other services that you want to offer.
You don't have to agree with everything that we've suggested. We strongly believe that if you take on most of the advice, you're going to do well. So go off on your assignments. Good luck, and we can't wait to see you back here.
It's now time for the assignments.
We're going to meet some of the members of the team right here. And we're going to go over one of the big launches that we're doing for this week. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
This is a launch of, we just like to say, one of Kingston's newest power company. It's their first, or one of their first major trust into the corporate environment. One of the things when you're putting something as major as this together, you cannot allow for anything to go wrong. And as you know, the rule says it will happen when you least expect it to. So you have to govern for it, because you're in an environment that technology, electrics, they'll fail us at the worst time. We have a template that we use that has been proven very successful for us. It was actually created from the different, tentacles that we use when we're covering our event, because we're an all-inclusive event company.
Right.
So we're really responsible for everything. All right, so here is Kim. I'm going to show you. This is our event brief form. Right. Once everybody has this, then everybody has all the details as to where it is, location, number of people, menu. It tells us to set up what's required. So a simple form like this, you automatically just fill in once the event is confirmed and passed around to the team. Right. Whether the team is in-house, I'm lucky to have an in-house team, or whether you, in your case, you probably hire people.
Right.
This is even better because it's done on an email format, so you can email it out. So immediately they have a full info of where, what, how, when, and what is most important, what the client wishes and needs are. This site map tells us where everything that we're actually putting on the ground. This isn't really an empty space, and everything you see here is stuff that we have to load in. Where this event is, it's not easy due to security access to just go in and drop in. Right. So it's important that we went in, we took a picture on our iPod, we Googled, we put it down on the ground, we did a CAD drawing, which is to scale, and then we email this out or circulate it. So each supplier gets a concept document, which is a concept of the event. They get the event brief, and then they get a layout of the sketch.
Coming up on The Innovators.
You think about altering the name of your production company?
Remember our first assignment? Alton Morgan?
My name is Alton Morgan and I'm a book manufacturer. We started the company not to manufacture book but to outsource book so we could provide the book. And unfortunately, that didn't work out. And so we got into the manufacturing industry. It's not been good so far. It's been challenging, but we are sticking to the task that we can and we will.
He was $900,000 in debt and struggling to keep staff occupied.
ICANN overall cost is rent and electricity and these different things, and that will run you to about $150,000 per month. I am still in a little debt, not as big as last year, right? We are still paying back the different things that we had outstanding from last year, right? So, but things are much better. The bank came in and granted us a loan so we could buy raw material and start to do manufacturing. And we have acquired some equipment also. We're offering a lot of things now, right? You can walk into our store and walk out in 15 minutes with your picture on a book. We're doing business cards, digital printing. We're meeting the clients wherever they want. From this being on the Innovator series, a lot of people, it's now much easier to tell them about ICANN. They say, oh yes, I see you on the Innovators, right, and different things, and they love people see me on the road and passing in bus. Yeah, ICANN, right? So it's doing great from the Innovators came in. Words create thoughts, thoughts create action, action shapes your destiny. That is why we're putting the positive words in the books. Our exercise book is not just a normal book. It's a book with a mission, with a message.
Princess, thank you so much for coming. I hope you weren't waiting too long. Tell me a little bit about you and what is it your company does?
Well, my company is mainly about event planning and artist management.
Well, SMS is definitely able to help you in terms of marketing your different events. If you are trying to reach to a religious group, we're able to target persons of that subset. If you want to reach persons who are between a certain age group, we're able to advertise directly to the mobile phones of these persons. If you want to reach teenagers, we're also able to send messages directly to parents of teenagers or teenagers themselves. So we can definitely help you in terms of marketing whatever event you're putting on. Now, there are two sides to it. One, you can have your own system. For example, if you have your own database of numbers, we give you a system and you're able to communicate with them. If you want to reach the new markets, we are able to take whatever information you have, whatever you want to market, and then market it to that particular group. So that's the kind of solutions we offer here at SMS, and I'm sure this will be able to help you growing your business and make some money.
Will be able to help me.
Awesome.
SMS Communications, wow, their system is so great. I can't wait to utilize it to promote some of my events.
Hi Princess, welcome to the Yellow Pages.
Thank you.
Okay, what can we do for you today now?
You can tell me how I can build my business by using your company.
Okay, no problem. So what we do at the Yellow Pages is we put your message out there in front of people when they're ready to buy. So when persons are looking for event planners, they're looking at the Yellow Pages to see what their options are. We have many platforms. We have the printed directory, we have our online directory, and we have it on our mobile devices.
Okay.
So what we will do is give you something in the print for the persons who search in print, also something online and on the mobile devices. And I would also recommend for you a website. Your website will be like your 24-hour salesperson, because when you're asleep, people will be looking on your website, looking at your services, looking at your images, and to find out why they should choose you.
Okay, and right? You do that here as well?
We do that here, and it's also free with our online packages.
It's now time for Princess to update the Innovators on her progress.
Princess from Too Wild Entertainment, you're back.
Hello, yes I am.
So Princess, tell me how the new learnings are going to impact what you're doing in terms of your business as it was before and as it is now.
Based on what I learned and what advice I also received from the Innovators, I decided that yes, I need to put more focus on one area. That area for me though is going to be event planning.
Do you think about altering the name of your production company?
I have thought about it, however, I decided that I don't need to change the name at this time because two reasons. One, I believe that the name of your company should mean something to you, and the name Too Wild means everything to me. And more importantly, I believe that if you are delivering an excellent product, then even though the name may cause some curiosity, in the end it will not cause a deterrent in business. And I've been doing it for 2 years with that name, and so far I haven't gotten any deterrent from the business I've been receiving.
I really feel strongly that the name it can be offensive for some people, especially given what you do.
As I said, I believe that if your product is excellent, then persons really will not care about the name
That's not
of
true,
the company.
That's not true. I know as a fact that because you're talking about probably customers that have utilized your services, but a lot of potential customers, just by the name alone, will have an impression of your company. And it is important to have a name that will allow you to maximize the kind of return on investment that you have put out.
But let me ask you a question. Given all that you've experienced since you were with us last, and given all the advice that we've given you, I really am interested to know, is it having a positive impact on your business?
Well, yes, I've seen where business has picked up. I am not at the point yet where I'd like to be. However, yes, being on the Innovators has really impacted and helped my business so far. Thank you.
Well, hallelujah.
So I have some advice for you, Princess. Make sure you deal with your customer service. Customer service is everything. The fact that customer service is not a priority in Jamaica, in my estimation, is a sad state. And any company that delivers good customer service is going to be successful. And change that name.
I think Princess has started out doing something that a lot of entrepreneurs do. They're kind of all over the place, trying to grab at all the different areas that they can think of, that they have interest in, instead of focusing on a core, instead of looking at the business and deciding what can really be the money maker. She's taken our advice and she's moved more in that direction. I think that's a great start for Princess. I think what will carry Princess to another level now is to dig into her industry further and see how can she differentiate herself further from the others in the market.
In business, emotions sometimes can be the worst thing for you, because you don't make decisions based on what is rational. You make decisions because of you feel good about it. That usually doesn't work. So I think my other advice for Princess and for anybody else, and this is a serious thing, businesses will fail. Businesses always fail. For every business that you start, chances are there will be a number of failures before you get to success. So I would suggest that learn a skill so that if the business fails, you're able to come and start again.
They're very adamant about the name of my company and that I should change it. I really gave it a lot of thought since the last time I met with them. And yes, I decided that I'd be keeping the name. Keep supporting Too Wild Entertainment. Organization, precision, excellence.
The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Stationery and Office Supplies Limited. For people who mean business, Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. Next time on The Innovators.
If you finish university and you're unable to get a job, it's okay to be an entrepreneur. And farming is a business.
She got started, but I think some of the fundamental issues are missing. I don't think she has a coherent business plan.
For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages, Heart Trust NTA, the Jamaica Observer, First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, and Future Services International. The